What if the person you're meant to love forever hasn't even met you yet? Or maybe they have, maybe we've passed each other already, somewhere out there in the noise of the world, without realizing it. I think about that sometimes. That somewhere, you might have been right there, a stranger in the same coffee shop, a silhouette in the same airport terminal, a face in the crowd at some event I don't even remember. Maybe we shared a glance, maybe you smiled, maybe there was that fleeting connection, so small that it slipped past unnoticed. And then, life just moved on, pulling us in separate directions like rivers that briefly touch before splitting again. It's strange how life works like that. We pass thousands of people in a lifetime. Some of them vanish without leaving a single trace, just anonymous figures in the background of our days. Some linger in memory without a name, a random kindness, a laugh that stuck with you. And then, there are the rare ones. The ones who, if you're lucky, find their way back into your story. The ones who feel like they were never truly gone, just waiting for the right chapter. You. I think you might be one of those. Somewhere deep inside, I've always known you were out there. That there's a part of me that won't feel entirely at rest until I find you. Not in some desperate, frantic way, but in the quiet way a sailor knows there's a shore out there, even if the horizon looks endless. It's not about seeing it yet, it's about trusting it exists. There's a kind of peace in that trust. A patience. Like I'm carrying around a letter with your name on it, folded and worn from years of keeping it close, waiting for the day I finally get to hand it to you and watch you read it. If I close my eyes, I can almost feel you. Not the way you look, that part doesn't matter as much as people think, but the way your presence feels. I imagine it's warm. Familiar. Like the first time you open a window after a long winter and let the sunlight in, and you wonder how you ever lived without it. I think about that moment, about the way my heart might skip a beat without my permission, about the quiet certainty that will tell me, this is you. Maybe we'll meet in some ordinary place. A bookstore where we both reach for the same book. A quiet side street on a rainy evening where we exchange an accidental smile. Maybe we'll be introduced through friends, and I'll shake your hand, completely unaware that I've just touched the rest of my life. Or maybe it will be one of those moments that feels almost scripted, like the universe leaning in and whispering, pay attention. This is the one. But until then, there's this space between us. A gap I can't cross yet. And I've learned to live in it. I've learned that love isn't always about finding, it's about becoming. Becoming the kind of person who's ready when it finally arrives. I've had to learn the difference between being wanted and being truly known. Between being admired for what people think you are, and being loved for what you actually are. I've been through the fire. I've lived the kind of life that puts you under a magnifying glass, where people believe they know you just because they've seen your face. I've seen what happens when someone falls for an image. I've felt the ache of realizing they loved the idea of me more than the reality. And I've learned how lonely that can be. You can have a room full of people cheering for you and still feel completely alone. That's why I don't want the crowd. I want you. And when I say you, I mean the person who will see the quiet me. The tired me. The me who wakes up some mornings unsure of anything except that coffee will help. The me who sometimes goes silent for hours, not because something's wrong, but because silence feels good. The me who doesn't have to pretend with you, who doesn't have to fill every moment with words to feel understood. I imagine the small things about us more than the big ones. The sound of your voice in the morning when you're still half asleep and it's soft around the edges. The way you laugh at something ridiculous we both know isn't really funny to anyone else. The comfort of your hand finding mine without looking. The way we can sit together in a room, reading separate books, and still feel like we're sharing the moment. I don't need fireworks. I don't need grand gestures or perfect scenes. I just need the kind of love that feels steady. The kind that stays through storms, through quiet seasons, through the days when nothing remarkable happens. The kind that, no matter where we are, feels like home. Movies make it seem like soulmates arrive in perfect timing, under perfect circumstances, and with perfect clarity. But real life isn't like that. Sometimes they arrive when everything's a mess. Sometimes you're not ready. Sometimes you meet too early, before you've grown into the people you need to be for each other. And sometimes years go by before you even realize what they mean to you. And maybe that's okay. Maybe the wrong timing is still the right person, just waiting for the right moment to be right. I don't know if you've had your heart broken before. I don't know if you've been in the kind of love that consumes you until there's nothing left, or the kind that quietly fades until one day you wake up and realize it's gone. I don't know if you've been loved poorly, or if you've been cherished beyond words. But I hope, when we find each other, you'll know that I'll fight for us. That I'll choose you. Not just once, not just in the beginning when it's easy, but every single day, even on the days when it's hard. Especially on the days when it's hard. I'm not perfect. I never will be. But I promise I'll be real. I'll give you all of me, even the parts that are messy, even the parts I've kept hidden from the world. Because if we're soulmates, you deserve to know the truth of me, not the polished version, not the parts one think will impress you, but the raw, unedited truth. And I want the truth of you, too. The good, the bad, the pieces you think make you unlovable. I want to know the way your voice changes when you're nervous. I want to see how your eyes shift when you're about to tell me something that scares you. I want to know the stories you've never told anyone, the dreams you keep tucked away, the fears you whisper only to yourself at night. I want to hear the songs you listen to when you're sad, and I want to know why they've stayed with you all these years. I want to sit with you in silence when words aren't enough, and I want you to know that silence with me is never empty. If we've already met and don't know it yet, I hope you're okay. I hope you're laughing at least once a day, even if it's just at something small. I hope you have someone to call when the night feels too heavy. And if you're lonely, I hope you know that someone out here, me, is thinking of you, even now, without knowing your name yet. I'm not rushing the universe. Love like this isn't something you chase, it's something that finds you when it's meant to. But when it does, I'll be ready. Ready to show up fully. Ready to listen. Ready to stay. And until then, I'll keep living. I'll keep learning. I'll keep making mistakes and growing from them. I'll keep becoming the person you'll one day meet and think, yes. It's you. Because when that day comes, when I see you, when the air changes, when the world feels like it's holding its breath, I'll know. And I hope you'll know too. I hope it will be that quiet, certain recognition that feels older than we are. The kind that makes you feel like you've been here before, like you've known me for lifetimes, even if this is our first hello. Wherever you are. I'm writing to you. Waiting for you. Loving you already.